Hello, I'm Dr. John Smelcer, and welcome to another episode of Ahtna 101. In this episode, we learn about terms fish and terms of fish or creatures that live in water. I'll start off with grayling. Remember, grayling is chabe, and our month for May was chabe na ai. Remember, that was grayling month, the time when grayling migrate to other places through creeks and streams and rivers. So chabe. The fish is very beautiful. It's very, very unique among Alaskan fish. It has this beautiful rainbow-colored like dorsal fin that is just amazing. You should Google a grayling. Anyhow, we even have a word for its fin because it's so unique. It's uchere. Uchere. We have leeches in our freshwater. Lots of people have leeches. Our word for leech is bintlagese. Bintlagese. Remember, bin means lake. If you're from Antasta, you don't say the bin part. You just say tlagese. Tlagese. Burbot is also called lingcod. It's a freshwater fish with this beautiful, delicious white meat. And you don't really catch it fishing. You catch it more or less, well, it's hard to describe. But it's a very wonderful tasting fish. Some people call it poor man's lobster. And our name for burbot is chinya. Chinya. Now, even though Ahtna territory does not border the ocean, the Copper River, for which we're named, empties into the ocean at Cordova, nowadays a city, but back in the old days a village there. And because of that, we have gone down and we've dug clams and we've eaten crab. So we have some words for those. Our word for clam is da duck. Da duck. It's not actually a word from our language. It's a loan word from the region, from what we'd say Eskimo, but might be more Alutiiq. Even though we don't have crab, we have the word for crab, and that is natsindelai. Natsindelai. One of the most prolific fish in Alaska is called hooligan. It's also called eulishan. You might know it more commonly as just herring. Every spring, herring come into the bays of Alaska by the billions. It is amazing. These little fish that are very oily, and they're not very long, but they come in by the billions. And they eventually head up rivers and creeks to spawn. And you can catch them just by dipping a net, just randomly dipping a net, and you'll pull up 10, 20, 30 at a time. And then you dry them. We'd eat them, traditionally even use them for oil, like candles at night. So our word for hooligan is delaki. Delaki. We also have the Arctic lamprey, an eel. I've seen them in my life. I've especially caught salmon that had eel marks on them, big circular holes where an eel had latched onto them, a lamprey, and been sucking their blood. And that word is tlauges. Tlauges. One of my favorite fish in Alaska is the northern pike. I love fishing for northern pike. They're so big and ferocious, and the word for that is one of my favorite Ahtna words to say. Just simple. Kulgadzi. Kulgadzi. Now, if you're from Antasta, you just say ooggadzi. Ooggadzi. But it's, I love northern pike. You've probably fished for them yourself if you live anywhere in the north of the United States or Canada. Well, that's enough for this episode. Stay tuned in the next episode where we learn about fish and water creatures, part 2.